Hey everybody, it's Debrota from iCreative Property. Um, Thank you for joining in to watch my pre-recorded webinar, Get Back to You, Finding Your Way Back to You. I am the owner and CEO of iCreative Property and the creator of the Emotional Accelerator Group. So let's just get started. We are on Zoom. Of course, it's muted. Again, this is a pre-recorded webinar. The questions at the end of the presentation can be DM'd to me because you are watching it. You're probably watching and hearing it in the pre-recorded format. And there will be a video link to the follow-up materials. It will be posted for replay at any time. So if you need to stop and watch later, that's fine. Again, I am Debrota Cornelius. I am a people pro. I am a personal development consultant. My skills are accountability and communication. I teach people to use their emotions as a guide to stop sabotaging their life. I also teach you how to speak your inner truth um, and become your own role model. And not that you are not already functioning in that capacity. I'm just there to, as a coach and as additional support for you. So, what do I help you solve? Well, I help you increase your happiness and vitality by overcoming your stuff. You know, that stuff that's in between you and you. A little bit more about me. My passions are learning, growing, reading, writing, and inspiring others. I am a self published author of 3 books. As you can see on the screen, My Way, Finding My Way Back to Me. That is my first published book, and that is what actually, this is the spinoff. The digital course is a spinoff from that particular book. And I have 2 books of poetry, Purple Dark Poetry, The Language of Chaos, and True Fan, Real Life Poetry. My background, real quick, is in organizational leadership, training and development, HR, psychology, and wellness. And also, I mentor, coach, and I am an emotional IQ trainer. You can see at the bottom there's my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes by Madeleine Albright. And she says, "There's a special place in hell for women that don't help other women." So that leads into my mission. My mission is to champion the success of all women. This is my way of giving back to the culture, to us, to mankind, to womankind, to humankind, to people. Um, I want to serve to help you intentionally build a life based on what's most important to you. And in doing so, I hope to influence and inspire you to action, which will help you change what you desire to change. And the result will be elevation of your vitality and celebrating your life. A little bit more about me. My mission is my way of serving others, sharing what has helped me, and being the change that I seek. I know when I help others, I help myself. I'm doing this because in my own life and in my own walk and journey, I've realized that the most important conversation that you will have is with yourself. It's that inner talk, that inner chatter that starts and stops you from doing the things that you are passionate about, or going all in on yourself. And everything starts from within. So we must learn to help ourselves. And I'm just here to guide you and remind you that you are your help. So let's just get right into the Get Back to You digital course, the materials. Um, this is about the wellness of women, women and wellness. And I intentionally um, help you focus on strengthening your cognitive fitness to increase your overall wellness. And how do I do that? Well, our goal um, is to you will treat yourself better so that you can build better relationships with those that are in your life, others, whether it's your family or your friends or those that are not your friends, your workplace, associates, just continue to build upon healthy relationships, but you have to know how to have, and you must have a healthy relationship with yourself before you can have a healthy relationship with others. So, course overview. As you can see on the screen, it is a digital course and it is action oriented. Okay, so a little bit about the course. As you can see, 7 weeks, and I have in parentheses, you decide. And the reason that is there is because this is a self-paced course. I know that there are in our everyday lives, there are competing priorities, work-life balance. It may take, if you decided to take the course, it could possibly take you 8 weeks or 12 weeks, or just the amount of work. And when I say amount of work, again, this is a self-care course, so there's quite a bit of inner work and journaling and things of that nature. So it's a 7-week course or more, 3 parts, 6 modules, and you kick the course off prior to the signing up for the course with by having a 30-minute strategy session with me, a consultation, and that's free. And that way, you and I can kind of talk to kind of see exactly what can I help you with. We want to be of a help to you, and we need to make sure that we are a good fit and a good team. Again, you get out what you put in. It's self-paced, and there are consultation sessions that you can continue to have. The typical client avatar. What is the typical client's complaint and or desire? Situation is usually the client is tired, dissatisfied, overwhelmed, rut. I'm in a rut. Overworked, overanalyze their thoughts, um, low vitality, and emotionally exhausted, just tired. The complaint is just fed up. And I've been there, we've all been there, where there's low satisfaction or even low confidence, in your abilities to move from where you are to where you want to be, and you feel stuck in a cycle of choices. And again, you're fed up, you're sick of feeling this way. The outcome, the desire is change. You want to stop overthinking and you want to feel good and enhance the quality of your life. And this is um, typically not all, some of the complaints or the situation or however you want to refer to it, um, what the clients or normally the people that I'm working with, these are some of the things that we are addressing um, emotionally. And how do we find out? If you going back on the previous screen and you're thinking, well, I'm not sure if I fit into any of that. When I mentioned to you about having a initial strategy session, there are discovery questions, so again, um, that we can see if we are a good fit. So things that I ask, and think these are questions you can ask yourself at this very moment. How do you wake up most times? Are you wake up refreshed and ready to go? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? And you may say, well, you know what, that depends. Okay, it does, on the night before or what's going on in your life. So, but there tends to be um, a pattern. You may wake up, sluggish, you know, um, dreading, your day. What's in your mental toolbox? What are you thinking about? What do you think? How do you think? Are you pessimistic? Are your thoughts negative or positive? Are you ready to take on the world? Are you looking for Friday and the weekend? I'm not sure, but how do you talk to yourself? That's what the mental toolbox is about. What are the kinds of things that you say to you? And how do you change the outcomes you don't desire? What's your method? As you can see in the bottom half, when you are dealing with yourself, And then again, these are discovery questions for you, not me. These are questions that you will answer, from within. You've got four different things there. When you're dealing with yourself, you are a piece of work, meaning you're difficult or challenging. You give yourself a hard time. Um, you're a hazard to your happiness. You're critical or you're a saboteur. You sabotage your efforts. You say you want to be in a relationship and things seem to begin nicely, and then you find something wrong, or you have made your mind up to begin an exercise program and then you talk yourself out of it. Are you a hindrance to your success? You're fearful or you're doubtful, your thoughts, you talk yourself out of doing what it is that you truly desire to do. You want to start a business, um, you want to take a trip, um, you want to get out of debt, you want to go back to school, or you just want to have a tough conversation, but you can come up with all kinds of things that have not happened, but you're fearful and doubtful about even taking any steps towards your desires. Or the last one is negative negotiator. When you have made a decision, do you go into the decision with a pessimistic attitude and mindset? Are you bitter? Are you always looking for the worst thing that could happen? Um, Negative, you know, everything. I mean, everything is wrong. You can't find anything good about some things, and I'm expressing and explaining these things in an extreme manner, because this is not to say that you are this way 100% of the time. However, my point is that you take some time to identify with how, because I mean, it can be some, all or none, how you are walking around in your mind and your perception, how you are seeing the world and experiencing the world and projecting your thoughts and yourself into the world. Okay. Moving on, get back to you. This course is for you if you are, and you find yourself on the left side, committed, you trust yourself, you do the inner work, um, you desire to change your mindset. And I'm not going to go deep into that again. As I've stated, there are reflective questions and there are journals, there's journaling that's required. And do you have a good attitude and the discipline to deal with yourself, to make the change, to commit to the change that you seek? And are you patient with yourself? If you can do those things, and if you're ready, this course is for you. This course is not for you if you're not committed and you don't trust yourself, or you're playing the blame game, it's someone else's fault. Your efforts poor. You don't want to do the work, and you want a quick fix. You want to take one action, and then there's the result, and voila. Or you refuse to take any action. Because you're just you're angry. You're impatient, and your discipline is poor, or you are, I hate to say it, lazy and immature, because those are real states of being. You know, um, this is not to be offensive to anyone, but this is to um, expose you to the nature of the course. That you're gonna take. The plan is to take a deep dive and to rid yourself of the programming and the conditions and the things that you continue to do that trip you up. Now, I will say this is a self accountability course, and my role is a personal development coach, mentor, accountability coach. Um, However, big comma, if you need professional uh, help, such as a therapist, because I am not a licensed therapist, if you know that you need therapy, a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist, any type of Anything within that realm, please seek a medical professional if you know that where you are is a tough spot, and it's just um, too tough of a place, for the support of an accountability coach. I implore you to please do that and be well. So we start out at ground zero, meaning, are you getting all you can out of you? Hmm. You see my avatar there. Where are you? Is that your current state? Oh my goodness, it's like, wow. Where are you and where do you want to be? What I can tell you is that all roads lead back to you. Your current state and your desired state, and there's the stuff that's in between, and that's the stuff that we're going to address so that you can continue to flow and move in the direction of where you want to be. And in order for us to be able to do that successfully, you have to identify what's going on. What's going on? You are the boss of you. It's your voice, your mind, your story, and your vision. So, to give you a little bit of background and insight on the course and how we would get there, again, it's a Get Back to You is 3 parts and 6 modules. So, part one, part two, and part three, as you can see, getting clear, get out of your way, and making room for me. We are going to define your state, identify what state you're in, and we're going to address your story, the story that you are experiencing, and also telling yourself, you know, and then strategy. How are you going to move from that state to where you say you want to be? So let's just kind of get into the parts. Here are the 6 modules, as you can see on the screen. The titles of the modules: identify the problem. Module 2, be accountable. 3, let it whoa. It's a little bit different than let it go. 4, work the middle. 5, speak your truth. And 6, celebrate your success. Let's talk about modules 1 and 2. This is the getting clear module. Focus. This is where we focus. Um, this is where we identify your power, your power base. Identify your problem. Questions like, who am I? What do I want? And why don't I know? Why don't you know if you don't know? The goal here is to own your life story. No excuses. To confront and deal with your biggest adversary, which is you. And module 2, that leads you into becoming accountable. Let's be accountable. As you can see, when you look at each lesson within the module, the first letter of each lesson spells a word. Like module 2, the Be Accountable module, spells diet. And the reason it spells diet is because we're going to first talk about, we're going to make the decision. We acknowledge where you are, because you've identified your problem. And then we have to make a decision to commit to the process. And how do you make decisions? What is your process? When you make a decision, how do you decide and commit to the change that you need to commit to? Your inner critic, what is your word diet? Again, what are you saying to yourself? Energy, your comfort zone. How comfortable are you with change? How are you using your energy? What's going on? Are you wasting your time? How do you use your time? Are you being productive or busy? Again, module 2, its focus is power, and this is where you acknowledge and appreciate where you are, because this is about self-care, and then we decide and commit to change what needs to be changed. Part 2, this is where we get into our feedback, the story that you've been telling yourself. This is about truth. Let's be truthful. Module 3 and 4. Module 3, let it whoa. Again, that's different than let it go. As you can see, this is the yes. Yes, let's do this. This is you against you. And That's where the real war and the battle is. We talk about your emotional content. We identify beliefs that hold you back. We go deeper. Again, this is a self-care journey, and we get to go behind the scenes a little bit. We go to the source and work through the feedback of your emotions, your self-defeating behaviors, where you struggle at, your false starts and repeats. And we deal with your running and your procrastinating. And just full disclosure here with me, procrastination is the thief in my life. High level procrastinator, expert procrastinator. I still sometimes have problems with it, but let it well is module 3. Module 4, we're going to work the middle. Now, modules 3 and 4 are pretty heavy modules, so this is where you may stay for more than a week, um, because we're working through the falseness, the lies, the things that, we banish self deception, the doubt, So let's look at how your flow. Where do you get stuck at? What do you put your mind on? Do you even know how to what your attention's on? You know how they say, where your attention flows is where your energy goes. I don't know if you've heard that before, but it is so very true. Are you aligned or distracted? We also learn how to pause, quiet. We use the tool of silence. Now, you can see that the word pause is in bold red letters, and the reason being is because pause is also a separate program that I've created. And what that acronym actually stands for is practicing awareness under stressful emotions. Um, that's a separate program, but however, I do expose you to it here, learning how to pause and use that time. Excuse me. Um, Again, we deal with the self deception and doubt. And there's that word again, laziness, effort. I don't have time, I can. And, we strengthen that muscle. So we accept, there's a lot of acceptance, accepting who you are, and love, self love and respect, and forgive yourself. Because many times we quit on ourselves and we never go back to correct that. And we create a plan to move from resistance to allowing. So, see, module 2 is pretty heavy. I'm sorry, part 2 is pretty heavy. This is a feedback module. Okay. The last part 3, is this is the strategy module, perception. We deal with what is your perception? How do you see the world? Your purpose. We identify your purpose. You identify your purpose. Modules 5, speak your truth. Smart. You see that we are talking about our self-talk. We spoke and addressed the inner critic in a previous module, and now we're cleaning up how we speak to ourselves. You're monitoring and you become more aware of your self-talk and what that does to your mindset. Does it keep you in a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? Are your actions and your words equaling your results? We're able to identify and look back in our lives to see cause and effect more clearly, especially through our journaling and self-talk and different assessments and things of that nature. And that it makes it much easier to know when you're operating in resistance and when you're being resilient, and how to build resilience, coping skills, how to deal with things that are beyond your control that you have to deal with, how to trust and accept things about yourself and about things that happen in day-to-day living that um, sometimes we have no control over. So the purpose of module 5 is to learn to change your mind and keep it changed. Use your emotions to build trust from within and stick to your plan. Module 6, this is the strategizing piece, accelerating your success. You are making moves. So you make room for me. That's a big deal. Um, you begin to see that you can and you are overcoming your obstacles. You're moving mountains, um, which increases your vitality. You learn to win from within and not from some external event. The emotional accelerator tool. I introduced that tool to you. That's the tool that the pause program um, uses. And it teaches you how to actually find yourself, identify where you are emotionally, and to move yourself in the direction of where you want to go and how you want to feel. And it's not a trick, it's a strategy. It's an awareness. It's an awareness tool, and it's very, very helpful. And then you strategize. So the purpose of part 3, the goal for module 6 is wellness, to pause, to take some time and be well, to stop quitting on yourself, and to learn how to rewrite the script if you need to. It's okay. And the outcome, I'm serious, guys, reducing your anxiety and your stress hormone, is a big, big, big win. And your vitality will increase. So that's all 6 modules. Course overview, as you can see, 0 week. I didn't talk much about that. That's where you get your intro to the course. And we have your strategy session. We identify and get your access to the course and the assessments and other types of deliverables and things that you will need access to be able to be successful. Um, and as you can see, you have your weeks there, 1 through 6. Again, this can take longer than 7 weeks. So, if you've gotten this far, my hope is that you are serious about investing in yourself to create the change that you desire. Um, being truthful with you, if you are anything like I was when I started my journey and getting back to me, you're sick and tired of your excuses. So, why not make the decision to end your self sabotage and get back to your life? Get back to you. Not that you're not um, enjoying things, but let's, take it up a notch. Go all in on yourself. How do you do that? Well, start by scheduling your free strategy session with me. Do that today. It's a 30-minute consultation. We, again, talk about what you want help with. We create an action plan. We discuss an action plan and basically just kind of go over um, ways that we can be successful and some of the goals. You let me know what your intentional goals are, and then I explain to you what my role will be as your accountability coach. So, but this has to be requested by you, and the information for the link to request the session is on the last slide. So what's in it for you is value added content. Um, Value added, you learn, understand, identify, overcome, build, develop, execute, and increase your wellness. That is the outcome. You close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You know, you deal with your stuff. And once you do that, you stop trying to please everyone, you stop fearing change, you stop living in the past, you stop doubting and sabotaging yourself, and you stop overthinking everything. So, sign up today. Sign up for your free strategy session. You know, what's really in it for you? Again, all things begin from within, and only you can speak your truth to yourself. So, let's get back to you. It's time to make some changes. Take action. Schedule a strategy session and sign up to get your vitality back. I'll be so happy to work with you. Click the link below and let's make some changes. That's the end of my webinar. Again, I'm Debrota Cornelius. I am a personal development consultant for iCreative Property LLC, and I thank you for joining me.